We are halfway down the gauntlet between the Far Territory and Great Bear proper, and given the route we're taking on our way in, this has the potential to be an increasingly lucrative journey in terms of scavenging. Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I have just taken a bit of a nap, and I can take a bit more of a nap, to be honest. I just want to make sure that I am all good on food before I do so. So let's go ahead and... Yes, I know I missed an opportunity there. Who am I? What have I done with Hadrian? Oh, look, there's another one. Okay, let's go ahead and drink some water. And we're going to get started pretty quickly with that nap. How about 6 hours? And of course, this is a rather dark tunnel that we're hanging out in, so... there is that issue. But let's see what I can get away with. I'm going to head down this way now. We already went down that direction, which really just leads... Well, truth be told, there's a reason to go that way, so I might as well, since it's the middle of the day and it's probably... I mean, I don't hear a storm outside, although I guess we're far enough in the tunnel that I can't quite tell. But the weather's probably okay, so let's take a peek in this direction. Because I haven't yet extinguished... I haven't yet extinguished this torch. As the word that pops up on the screen just leaps into my sentence without permission. That's so rude. I haven't yet explored that train car. I haven't investigated that train car. So we're going to do that. Hey, look, there's another pry bar. That is especially funny for those of you who've been watching from the end of Season 7. Oh, man. Alright, well, I already have a pry bar, so I'm good. I'm very encumbered, by the way. So that's a little bit annoying. As soon as I have the opportunity to kill a moose, that is an opportunity I'm going to take. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything super obvious in this particular... I really don't need this torch, by the way. It's actually warm enough without it. Another pry bar. Are you serious? Okay, so there's some mountaineering rope. That's nice and everything. Go energy drink. Search backpack. Anything? Hey, new chocolate bar. And a light shell. That's interesting. I mean, the light shell is actually not as nice as an outer layer as our flight jacket is. How about that? How about that? That is not an outcome that I expected. Let's go ahead and drop that then. Alright, again, one of the reasons I'm so encumbered right now, I do have some extra firewood on me, which is not helping, because I might need it as I make my way into the Broken Railroad. But I'm encumbered because I'm carrying the heavy hammer. And we can leave the heavy hammer at the forge, I suppose, in Broken Railroad. The likelihood that I'll find another is pretty high, so I don't necessarily need to worry about taking this one all the way to Forlorn Muskeg with me, assuming that's where I leave it. But again, one of the nice things about playing on this difficulty for this particular season of Against All Odds is we are kind of doing an old school run. So what that means is that we have kind of dialed back the clock, and we're dealing with a feeling of, you know, being back in the day when Interloper mode didn't exist. Granted, we have a much larger map to explore, but the difficulty is more like Stalker with a few tweaks. Specifically, more frequent auroras, making things interesting. Wow, it got really dark really fast. I'll just use another flare. It's fine. I kind of wasted one in the previous episode, made me sad, but again, because of what I just mentioned, it's not really something I'm worried about. It's really not. I will find more flares. One of the things I'm really going to enjoy about this run is experiencing the game as I originally experienced it, again, with a few tweaks, without that added push towards super intense difficulty and, like, just nerve-wracking levels of challenge. I enjoy challenging myself through the long dark, but for those of you who are just jumping in, one of the reasons that I started this series, really the reason that I started this series, is that I think that when you look at a lot of the long dark content that's out there, hey, a miner's flashlight? What's this? I forgot this existed. All right. Well, that's also not as heavy, it looks like. Oh, just kidding. It's heavier than the basic flashlight. That's another thing that you don't see as much in higher difficulty runs because stuff like that just doesn't spawn. But anyway, when you look at a lot of the long dark, hey, not just any grape soda, a lot of the long dark content that's out there, there's been an increasing focus on like challenge runs and doing like really contrived, constrained, super obnoxiously complex challenges. And I'm not criticizing at all. Just objectively speaking, it's gotten a little ridiculous. And that's all I'm saying. It's like, at some point, it's healthy to remember that there is an excellent, enjoyable, and even relaxing and cathartic, just sublime survival experience at the core of this game that we love. And I think sometimes focusing overmuch on making things as challenging as possible, it definitely takes something away from the experience for me, but I also think it takes something away from the experience for the audience. I realize that's something of a hot take. There's our storm lantern, finally. So yeah, that's something of a hot take, but I genuinely believe it. It is, of course, steeped in my bias towards kind of balancing challenge with a sense of immersion and fun and entertainment value. I think that a lot of people watching content on YouTube and Twitch, there's like maybe a vocal minority of players that they're not rude about it. It's just that they're a smaller number of players that are highly skilled and want to see the highly skilled content. But I think a lot of people watching too are also interested in just the more intermediate level challenge. And frankly, again, the more relaxing and enjoyable elements of the Long Dark's gameplay. You know? I don't know if that resonates with you. It resonates with me, obviously, or I wouldn't be going on about it. But that's why I started the series. And that's why we're here. Has a lot to do with why I started the channel, too, for that matter. Alright, so we got some sardines there. There's a little bit more coal, which I have picked up a few pieces of coal on my way through here. We don't have much farther. Again, we made it through a decent chunk of the gauntlet in the previous episode, thankfully. So now I'm just... Oh, there's another flare. Hang on, making sure I'm not overlooking anything. Now I'm just expecting to be in Broken Railroad in just the next couple of minutes. It's pretty nice. And the nice thing about this is really fascinating. Normally, think about this like the perspective of where we're entering Broken Railroad. Normally, until the Far Territory came out, we started this particular run in the Far Territory, and we're going into Great Bear Island from the Far Territory. When you enter Broken Railroad from the traditional direction, there is a gauntlet there that you have to run before you really get to any meaningful, like, loot locations. Not here. We're going to show up at the cannery. Or not the cannery, but the maintenance shed. We're just going to be there. And then we're just going to be at the hunting lodge. And then we'll have to run the gauntlet once it's time to actually return to the most well-known portions of the map. Oh, hang on. Let me... Oh, wow. It sounds super creepy in here. Okay. Wasn't ready for that. It's fine. I'm fine. Let's harvest these torches. so glad I finally have a knife. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Oh, I did load it. Okay. I had someone on my case a while ago, though. Just a couple of episodes ago to, like, load the flare gun. And apparently at some point since then I loaded it. Okay, here's another torch. That is probably a 100% torch. It's a 53% torch. I'll take it. Alright, so I heard a wolf there. I can see some light around the corner. And that is the end of the far... What's it called? Is it far range? Branch line? I didn't catch the wording before we hit the transition there. Okay, so here we are on Broken Railroad. Again, it's surreal to be entering Broken Railroad from this direction. I kind of love it. Because there's so much immediately available to me. As opposed to entering from the other direction. By the way, quick thank you to all of you in comments and also over on the Discord, in just posts over there, but also during streams on the Discord that have given me audio feedback. I'm still adjusting to this new microphone. It is fantastic. I'm getting the settings just right. I'm getting the distance just right because I no longer have to sit right up on the mic to record, which is much more comfortable, let me tell you. So it's just a learning process when you upgrade equipment like this for the first time. Those of you who are audiophiles like me, you know this already. There are many of you who are more audiophile, much more of an audiophile than me. So you definitely get it. But I just appreciate all the feedback that I've gotten on the audio one way or the other because it's helping me fine-tune. So many thanks. And of course, huge thanks to my Patreon supporters who, over the years, even while the channel was offline, have every month supported my ability to get upgrades like this once we hit the thresholds required for them. So, thank you for that. Okay, I'm getting pretty slow. I'm going to have to drop lots of stuff when I get to the maintenance shed, but that's right around the corner. So, let's take a quick look in the train car. Notice that I am not even getting cold right now, which is lovely. Favorite thing ever. We have really nice clothing at this point. Energy bar. Very nice. I'll be probably eating that before long. I was about to say drinking that before long. I'll be drinking that energy bar. Yeah, I definitely heard ptarmigan just now. Alright, there's some more matches. Oh, really? Is my revolver... Hold on. Stop everything. I didn't realize I was that underloaded, so to speak. Did you hear that? I didn't know they had that in the game! Go back and listen if you missed that. There is a sound for the shells when you unload them landing on a metal surface. Maybe even a specific sound for these metal railings. That is fantastic. God, this is such a great game. Almost 10 years on. What an experience. Such a nice detail. And one of the, oh my god, one of the things I cannot wait to see in the coming update for Tales from the Far Territory is the hand coverings. Because right now, we just have the hand coverings that we've only ever had for Mark and for Jennifer, for Will and for Astrid. We've only ever seen the... For a while, there wasn't even a variant of the hands for for Jennifer. So, like, that was awkward for a bit. But now that there's a difference, there's about to be even more of a difference because all of the coverings, both the sleeves, the lower half of the sleeves that we're wearing, and the hand coverings, the gloves, especially the mittens, which have gotten some special attention. All of that is going to be visible now whenever our hands are in front of us. I would personally love... I realize this might be asking a lot, and it might not happen, but wouldn't it be great if, before the Long Dark's development cycle fully came to a close, if true first-person perspective was added to where when we look down like this, we could actually see our character. Now, not advocating for that, I don't think it's likely, to tell you the truth, because it would require... I'm not a game developer, but I feel like it would require a good amount of extra modeling work and programming work just to make it function smoothly within the existing game. Like actually rendering a 3D modeled character in that we would actually see when we look down. I love first-person games that implement that well. Some do and some don't. Increasingly, most of them do. So it would be nice. But I'm just happy that we're going to get the hand coverings, because it's the hands that we really see the most. And with that, there are also going to be harvesting animations for the first time, so that's interesting. Alright, we might have to kill a wolf here for the first time. Haven't yet confronted wolves this entire series. And now we're finally at a point step inside here, scrawled message, read text. I told him not to head that way, but stubborn and stupid sometimes ride the same way. Wow. Okay. So it looks like there's a memento hint on the broken bridge. Alright, so I'm going to have to double back and check that out before long. I don't see or hear any wolves right now. That's unnerving. I could be walking right up on one. Which... oh, I see one. Okay, there's one back near the logs. Okay, we're gonna hang out here for just a second.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Ooh, ragged wool mittens. Not bad. Another memento hint. He wandered off. We might check his old backup stash behind the lake. Someone's stash! Okay. Behind the lake? Memento key. Okay, so bit of a challenge here because I'm pretty weighed down right now, which is not going to help me in a struggle. So, okay, let's go ahead and eat some of the lower condition food items that I have just so I don't have to worry about them. Yeah, we're going to eat these sardines and pray I don't get food poisoning. I could from sardines that are at that low condition. I'm going to eat 2 of them in a row because I'm just tempting fate apparently today. There we go. Alright, so where is the closest wolf? What I might try to do... yeah. There. I've ducked down here. And now... I can drop a few things that I don't need right away. So encumbered. It's mainly the boots in that case. Drop those. I do have a decent amount of food items on me. Yeah, the storm lantern, I'm glad I found it, but also that did add to my burden, to be completely transparent. That definitely added. The amount of tools that I'm carrying right now is absurd, and it has to do mainly with the heavy hammer. I am carrying these stones that I don't need to be lugging around right now. The main thing is just that I'm able to run for a bit, maybe. There we go. Now I can sprint a little. So I can go from car to car. Might make it a little bit easier to limp into the maintenance shed, lugging this heavy hammer with me. Alright, that went pretty smoothly, although I have a bad feeling that the wolf I am going to have to deal with is literally right there. Nice. Made it in. Okay, so... And now the fun begins, because there's going to be a ton of stuff here. And I'm really going to have to leave some of the stuff weighing me down behind, because I frankly don't need everything with me. So this is going to be some of the most concentrated inventory management I've been able to do yet.
I'm not
Now
going
that
to
I'm
carry this load for much longer.
in an area of the map where I will be able to sort of have a base of operations. I will be using it as such.
This is coming in handy.
Urban Parka and another storm lantern. So that storm lantern will just have some fuel in it that I can use, which is nice. I see something under... Oh, there's a Mackinac jacket. Very nice. That's two very, very interesting finds. One might even call them spicy finds. Oh, hang on. Some salty crackers and another... Oh, hold on. Another crowbar. Okay. It is time. I have so much stuff to drop. I'm not even going to loot this place up. I mean, I will. Just not right now. I will loot it, like, for sure. I will absolutely do that, but... Yeah, like, we're grabbing this stuff right now. There's some wires. But I need to get over to this forge. I'm going to pick up all that coal and drop it again. Alright, nothing in there. Sad day. Already finding some food items here. Okay. Finally. That's 7 pounds of coal that I'm going to drop outright. Man, the number of matches I have, too. I almost could justify, like, getting rid of some matches, to tell you the truth, and I probably will. Okay, so we're going to drop the heavy hammer. And I also have this extra storm lantern. It looks like it has a decent amount of fuel. Let's go ahead and harvest it. It's going to take an hour. There we go. Alright, so first order of business, let's step into the office over here, where the bed is. Should be plenty to be found here. But one of the first things I want to do is we're going to take a look at, let's see. Yeah, we're going to drop the miner's flashlight. The condition on that thing is pretty low, sadly. But I'm also going to drop a bunch of flares. Looks like we do have a bit of a storm kicking up. Alright, so the miner's flashlight will be stored there. And now let's get these flares positioned nicely. Let's have some base organization ASMR, shall we? There we go. That's good enough for me. Now, that's better, but it's still not good enough. So let's see what else we can drop. The Go energy drinks are really burdensome, so we're going to use... Tell you what, let's use the main drawer here once it's searched. There's nothing in it. Let's use this as like a medicine cabinet. So let's sort by condition. Not that condition really matters with some of these items, but we're going to put the lower condition ones away. And then drop 2 of those Go energy drinks. Drop 4 of the bandages. I'll keep the stim on me, obvious reasons. I'll drop the water purification tablets because I don't get the sense that I'm going to need them. Let's also go ahead and put some of these away. We're going to find more of these. So I just want to make sure I have enough on hand to kind of keep me healthy, but that's all I need. Okay, now we might have, once I finish repairing these items in my inventory, we might have some more to do here. So let's go ahead and repair, well, first of all, let's check meters. Yeah, we're good. Let's repair the Mackinac jacket. I kind of doubt that this is going to be, as nice as the Mackinac jacket is, I'm not confident it's going to be one that I actually wear. And of course, I have the urban parka as well. Alright, so the urban parka is definitely not as good as the military coat. It's lighter, which I like. But it's not nearly as warm. And then the Mackinac jacket is also lighter. That's the downside of the military coat, by the way. It's a heavy coat. Literally. Yeah, honestly, I don't really want to put either of those items on. Oh, wow, it got dark. It got dark. Didn't see that coming. Should have, but didn't. All right, so there's some more climbing socks. That's excellent. So that helps with the insulation of my toes. And now we can have a little bit more movement, which is lovely. Let's go ahead and open this locker. I will use it for clothing once I have raided it. Looks like there's some books inside it. Okay, we're going to put the Mackinac jacket away. We're going to put the parka away. And now we are significantly less encumbered. Now, as I recall, this is an old kind of series meme, if you will. I cannot always remember off the top of my head
I'll take it.
which mittens are better. And sometimes I think I've actually made the mistake of misinterpreting just at a glance which mittens would be better to keep. So let's just... Oh yeah, it definitely seems like the wool mittens are going to be better. It's just a mistake I've made in the distant past. And of course we failed. That probably means I am not going to get the chance to repair these because the sun is almost completely down. Ooh, that was good. Okay. So there's a win. Let's go ahead. Now, ironically... Okay, maybe when these are fully repaired, they will be better. They also won't be as restrictive of movement. So I think they will be better than the work gloves that I'm wearing. They are definitely better than the fleece. So that's what I just wanted to remind myself of. I know that, like, there's a tendency to think of one as better than the other on my part, and sometimes I have reversed them in my head. So it's good to kind of straighten that up. So let's drink some not just any grape soda. Got a little bit of water left, not a lot. And let's sleep, I suppose. Let's get 7 hours. There's an Aurora. Saw that coming. It might still be going when I wake up, and I can test out this fancy new flashlight. Yep, it is still going. Alright, miner's flashlights. Let's go ahead. A couple of things. If we're going to do this, I want to actually do this properly. So let's open this drawer. Sort by weight. going to put that away. Don't need it. I'll read that Frontier Shooting Guide as soon as I can, but I will keep it on me. We're going to put those away. I might need the cloth in a bit, but for now we're just going to lighten the load. Okay. Let's sort by condition. Chow down on a few things. I do have the soda to drink in a second. I still have some pancakes. So I've got plenty of caloric value on me at the moment. Plenty of caloric value. That's a plus. So I suppose, tell you what, for a food cabinet, oh nice, there's some tomato soup right there. I can use the freezer here just as a way to think in terms of like, this is where my food is stored. And let's go ahead and put some of the heaviest items away. We're going to put the cooking oil away. We're going to put the maple syrup away. The salt away. I just need to remember that I have a ton of food here before I leave. But it's okay. We're going to be here for a bit. We are going to be here for a bit. Oh, and yes. Yes. Finally. This is a really good opportunity given that we are going to be here for a bit. Let's drop all of those saplings on the ground. I need to prepare those acorns as well. Let's see, now we're in a very good place. I'm going to go ahead and drink this cup of coffee to give myself a hint of energy, but also hydration. Now, we haven't even fully scavenged this place, but we're going to take the opportunity now, since we have the miner's flashlight. We're going to take the opportunity to step outside.
This has been here a while.
Now, I don't think I'm going to go out the... Yeah, we're not going to go that way. I'm not going to go out the back door, because remember that one setting I changed in this particular run, for better or for worse, is that wolves spawn closer to me out in the world. And as a result of that, there's a possibility for wolves to be able to jump me. All right, so we've got a few hours left. And do recall that any wolves that I run into right now are going to be supercharged. Yep. Where are you? I can use the high beam to run them off. Seems to have plenty of charge at the moment. Alright, it's not working. That. Oh man, there's a bunch of wolves on the lake. Love that. Love this. This is going great. Alright. Oh wow. There are so many wolves, and there could be one behind me. This is fun. I'm glad I have this flashlight. As the charge depletes. He said, with wavering confidence. Get wrecked. Alright. Let's put that away for a moment. We'll need it again. Okay, now that we're through that, that's about the 35-minute mark. Now that we've had a little bit of tension to end the episode, I'm going to go ahead and stop this one here. In the next one, I am going to make my way to the Hunter's Lodge, which I'm already sort of doing, but we're going to get there and hopefully find a lot of good stuff to take back down to our base of operations in the maintenance shed. So lots more scavenging and potentially some firearms in our near future based on where we're going. My fingers are crossed. It's not guaranteed, but fingers are crossed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If you're not new here, look for the join button to get access to channel unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes drop every day but Wednesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.